Let's take a couple breaths here to settle in and come into our body, feeling the jaw soften. And I like to start with my jaw, my face softening. Really, if you check out your cheeks and feel those facial expressions that kind of are still lingering, letting that whole face soften, letting your jaw soften, and then feel that relax your neck and your shoulders. Usually when I get about there, I can take a deeper breath, a little more comfortable, and it feels pretty good. Welcome to Zenful Conversations. We have a guest in the house. We have sweet Lulu. One of my good friends, Lulu, is joining us today. And we're here to go over our message for today. The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo is the book we're taking a look at this year. It's New York Times bestseller, is described as having the life you want by being present to the life you have. We're here in this community every single day, and we're in our sixth year, which is
It's amazing.
Amazing.
It has whizzed by.
I mean, every day I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You? So I forgot. I haven't checked 93, 4, 5. The message we're offered for this day number 1896. It's titled Questions Put to the Sick. Questions put to the sick. You never know. Like, I don't pre-read these, so I have no idea. There's a question that's offered to us it's a question put to the sick by a Native American medicine man. The question is, when was the last time you sang? When was the last time you sang? Well, probably yesterday afternoon.
Yes, that's true. We did. But I think that's very interesting because sometimes when we sing spontaneously, that might be a good sign that we're either in a good mood or we have finally come out of a dark phase.
It's our voice. A few messages ago, Mark Nepo said that. Where are we? Oh, wow, it was a long time ago. We are born singing. They mistaken it for crying. But this is our voice. And without this, give voice to what lives inside us. It's all things. So in the minute we arrive, we are born singing, though this is often mistaken for crying. Yet without this deep reflex, the lungs won't work, and the lifelong exchange between inner and outer can't begin. There's a lot of
It's an interesting thing. I never thought of it that way. But it is true.
And then you think of, when you're really happy, you just start singing out of nowhere. Like, it don't even make sense sometimes. Sometimes they even make it up to words or whatever. And then you think when you're really spiritual place.
Yes, absolutely.
There's a couple friends I have that do voice workshops, just giving voice.
Okay.
Not to about performance. I think this performance and production thing that goes on in our society really stops us from exploring, I would say, in a good portion, because it's not about performance. It's not about performance.
Yeah. It's more about empowering yourself, not necessarily demonstrating to the world what you can or cannot do.
It's deeper than that.
Yes.
We just are, shallow.
Yeah. Well, society fosters and promotes that in general.
Yeah. So how about I read the first part and then you read the second part?
Okay, I'll read from this. Okay.
Perfect. I was laying flat on a stretcher in a large hospital room after one of my surgeries. I had just been wheeled in, rejoining 4 others, all mending in the one open room. There was a deep silence as we looked at each other. There was only the slight breathing of machines and the clear drip of fluids and the hum of old radiators. Suddenly, an older man began to laugh without a word. Our eyes bounced back and forth to each other, and one by one, we joined in what became a cascade of coughing laughter interspersed with short moans. For with each laugh, our incisions and bed sores poked us sharply. But we laughed and hurt and laughed and hurt like a flock of broken birds dreaming of their next flight. That laughter was a raw and primal sort of song, an elemental way of giving voice to our suffering. It was remarkably healing. I learned a great truth from that unexpected chorus. I learned that even when we feel powerless, we can always give voice to our pain and hope, to the slim, ongoing fact of our being alive.
We often underestimate the power of giving voice, but it is real and sustaining. It is the basis of all song. It is why prisoners break into song. It is why the blues are sung, even when no one is listening. It is at the heart of all hymns and mantras. And it works its healing, not so much by being heard as by the fact that in giving voice to what lives within, even through the softest whisper, we allow the world of spirit to soften our pain. In this way, the smallest moan is in itself a lullaby. In giving voice to what we feel, darkest cry uttered with honesty can arrive at the holiest of songs. So there is some suggestion, I guess, here, right?
Yeah, that's a meditation. So we'll take
okay.
a minute. I want to talk about this for a second because Mark Nepo, for those listening that don't know his story, which I don't know his whole story, but when at the beginning of the year I read what this book was about, and he had he had cancer.
Oh.
And I really would like to know exactly so I don't say anything out of line here. He was sick. He was sick, and so this book is meant to be used as a companion, like a friend. It's the book of awakenings. To write this, I've had to live it, he said. It's given me a chance to gather and share the quiet teachers that I've met through my life. It's helped him know how to use his heart and make him more whole, and that's what he's hoping for you. But he said they all speak about spirit and friendship and our ongoing need to stay vital and in love with this life. So let me see where I'm at. I was drawn to this form because he was a poet, and he was longing for a manner of expression that could be used as a spoon. And as a cancer survivor, right, day books became his inner food. So this took 25 years.
Oh, wow.
Over the last 25 years, the day book has been answering a collective need and has become a spiritual sonnet of our age. So basically, he wrote this to get through his stuff and wanted to share it with us, which I think is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, not this is by Wayne Muller, another part, but he was sick, and when he wrote this, and it sometimes when that illness comes along is when we do realize some of this beauty.
Yeah, because that forces you to slow down, whether or not you like it,
Yeah,
and start reflecting and thinking of a lot of things that during that rush, that rushing, that chasing of all the prettiest
yeah,
things,
right, right.
you're ignoring a lot of issues, and maybe a sickness like that or illness will force you to slow down and really appreciate things and think about it and reflect upon the things that are happening to you and why.
Yeah.
But it's so important, that part about we underestimate the power of singing or of laughing, something like that, that once again is not for others to impress others, is to empower yourself.
Do you feel how deeply you breathe after you have laughed like that,
True.
or you
Yes.
breathe deeper? And the same thing with singing. It's like but we're too caught up in our performance, and then we do the comparison, and
Yeah.
and it shuts us down, it dims our light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
so I like the last, the part you read here.
Mm-hmm.
It works, it's healing, not so much by being heard, but as by the fact that you're giving voice to what lives within,
Yeah.
even through the softest whisper. We allow the world of spirit to soften our pain. And in this way, the smallest moan itself is a lullaby.
Look at that.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
The way it's built, that sentence.
In giving voice to what we feel, the darkest cry uttered with honesty can arrive as the holiest of songs.
And he's right in the sense that not every song means that you are happy or that you're in a good mood, because a lot of cultures have evolved around singing to when there is grief.
Yeah. Well, it's expression.
It's a form of expression.
Well, I mean, this book has been loaded with these little nuggets. I mean, because he was talking a few days ago, last week, I don't know, it could be 5 months ago now, the way I think of things. I think it was just a couple days ago. And, oh, shit, that was 3 years ago. I'm like, holy crap, are you kidding me? But he was talking about feeling our feelings. If we don't feel our feelings all the way through, they never leave us.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good portion of our hip pain.
Yes, I believe so. We both have had or experiences with stiff hips, and yes,
Well,
it could
yeah,
be.
it's common.
Yeah.
It's common. It's common because the sacral chakra, that's where we retain these emotions, and they're blocked, in a lot of cases. So the meditation that we're offered today asks us to sit quietly and breathe slowly until you feel a catch in your breathing. Catch in your breathing. And then focus on the catch. For something is pressing there on your heart. And place your hand on your heart and inhale deeply. And on the exhale, give voice to what is pressing, even if you don't know what it is. And this is the wah. It can be anything. Even if all you express is the slightest sigh, it is the beginning of a song. Amazing.
It's like that song.
Mark Nepo.
Yeah.
Love, love, love these messages.
A young woman, hear me roar. Like that song, right?
Hey, Carrie. Hey,
Hi.
Carrie. Whoops, I lost it. Hey, Carrie. Yeah, gorgeous here. Gorgeous here. Thanks for catching. Thanks for coming by.
Yes, thank you for
I don't
saying
know if you
hi.
saw the whole thing or not, but we're going for some Peruvian dinner tonight. And Lulu, thanks for
No,
coming
thank you
on
for having me.
again.
I always love being here.
Always, 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 always. And we break out in song.
So,
Deep in gratitude. This is Sleepy Girl here signing off. In deep and honest gratitude for your loving presence and support of these conversations. Namaste, everyone. See you tomorrow. Namaste.